everybody. Hello, everyone in Facebook land. Well, it's Thursday. It's 5 o'clock Mountain Time, and so you know what that means. It's time for Barb to be live on Facebook. So here I am, live on Facebook. So that also means that it's 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, and 4 o'clock Pacific. So I am going to try to share this. Like I always ask you guys to share, so I'm going to try to share it myself and sort of see where I can share it to. So let's just see, where can I share it to? I could share it to this group here. I wonder if I can share it to like multiple groups. Like if I shared it to, oh, I can, it looks like. Wow. I'm just going to share it to my own private page. That's it. I'm not into, sharing it everywhere. Okay, I think, yay, that's exciting. So I did it. Hello, Kristen and Janet. How are you girls tonight? Good to see everyone. I see Pam is with us also. Hello, Carol. How are you? Carol, your stuff should be here Monday, I think. Monday or tomorrow. I can't remember, but I'll get it to you. And Laura's watching us in Rose. Hello, ladies. I'm so excited for you guys to be here. I'm excited to be here. I literally just got done with my final project. So hopefully, when you're under the wire, it takes a while. I have been getting ready for I'm doing my buy one, get one sale on Saturday here down in my basement. And what that means is I have all my retired goodies from years past, along with a bunch of greeting cards, and I'm selling them. And so my customers will come to my house, and then they will purchase whatever they want from my retired stash that I have, and then I will gift them with a gift certificate in that same amount. So if they purchase $100 of my retired merchandise, I give them a gift certificate for $100. Then they look in the catalog and they get to take $100 off their order. So yeah, that's super exciting. So I've been getting ready for that. My room is a mess. I've got mess over there. I've got mess everywhere. But that hasn't stopped me from watching my new favorite show, a little bit of a guilty pleasure, called Love Island USA. I'm almost embarrassed to tell you guys this, but I first stumbled across this Love Island show a couple of years ago while scrolling through YouTube one day. And I thought it was Love Island Australia. And I thought, what the heck is that? Well, it's a group of single people that come together in a villa. It's like a fancy place, and they try to find love, I guess. And the audience is a little bit involved, where you can vote. Every so often, they'll have you vote for your favorite couple, and then the people at the bottom get dumped from the island, is how they phrase it. So that they have to leave. And throughout the course of the show, they bring in new single people. So like they start the show with 5 girls, 5 guys, and then they're supposed to couple up. So this guy thinks this girl's cute. So he says, I want to couple up with you. So then they're a couple, which means they're just supposed to hang out and they have to share a bed. Now there's cameras everywhere, so there's not like things that go on. Anyway, and then throughout the course of the show, which is I think like a month or 6 weeks or something like that, they're constantly getting rid of people and bringing new people in for like, I guess, more temptation or something like that. Anyway, right now it's Love Island USA, and it's actually was filmed on top of the Cromwell Hotel in Las Vegas. And so they've like redecorated the whole thing, and it's really fun and fancy and hip for, young people that are in their like 20s. And I've just kind of been addicted. And I guess because there aren't any new TV shows out, CBS is airing this show every single night. I think it's at 8 p.m. my time. So whatever that means, wherever you are. But, and they have a show every single night, except last night they didn't because of the American Music or the Country Music Awards. But anyway, and I don't watch it at night because my husband likes to watch his Star Trek show. So CBS has an app that you can put on your phone, your iPad, your computer, whatever. And so I downloaded the app. So every morning I wake up at 5 so I can watch this 45-minute show. And I've got to say, I'm kind of addicted to it. It's ridiculous. It's over the top and it's silly, but what do you do? I'm loving it. So anyways, what do we got going on here? Is anybody, oh, you guys are sharing. Thank you so much. I just shared it too. I guess I didn't realize I could share it too. So I shared my own video. There you go. We have Sonia here and Sally. Oh, dinner time in Tennessee. Yeah, I hear you, Sally. It's dinner time here too, but my husband is not quite home yet. So yes. So hello, everyone. Okay. I don't have any funny kid stories. I have just a tiny little story about my daughter. She's in college, of course. They're going online. Everything is virtual at the moment. So she's been down in Laramie, Wyoming for about a month. And I talked to her on the phone today a little bit, and she was mentioning how she's tired of eating garbage food. And I said, well, why aren't you making anything? Why aren't you cooking anything? Well, because she doesn't cook. So I said, well, the only way you're going to get, home cooked food is if you cook the food. So I'm not sure what she's going to do. She did make my lasagna here a week and a half ago, I think, for her roommates. And everybody enjoyed it. So she is capable of preparing food. I guess just doesn't want to all the time. So there you go. Anyway, that's kind of funny. I think I've got an eyelash in my eye or something. Ugh, sorry, you guys. Maybe it'll just fall out eventually. Okay, so I do have I have the winner from last week's commenting/sharing. So please comment on the video, ask me questions, share it to your own page, share it to any groups that will allow that. Share it wherever you can, because I would really appreciate it. Oh, Carla says she's new to the channel. Well, hello, Carla. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So our winner from last week is Hilda Massey. So Hilda, you will have some rhinestones coming your way, but you will need to let me know your address. So please send me a message here on Facebook or email me, barb@barbstamps.com, and give me your address. And then I will, yeah, if it comes in a box, it has directions for the food. You are so correct, Carol. But I think that's kind of the food she's talking about that she's tired of eating. So, well, the only way you're going to get, home cooked food is to throw some ingredients in a pan and cook it up. So we'll see what she ends up doing. All right. Ask Thomas for his pancake recipe. I will tell her, Carol. I will tell her that. All right. So Hilda Massey, message me so I can get your gift out to you. We have Elaine with us. Amy. Well, or Amy's here. Oh, thanks, Amy. She says I do great things. That's really sweet. I appreciate that. I try to make it fun. Also, I screw up a lot. So if you're new to watching me, you're going to laugh because I do screw up all the time. But every time I screw up, it's always a learning opportunity for all of us. And I always have lots of tips and tricks to show you how to fix your mess ups. So it's great. When I flip the camera, I'm going to show you, I had my team meeting Tuesday night, and in Wyoming, we're able to gather. So I had 5 gals here with me, and then we had gals watching across the country on Zoom and Facebook. And so we do a monthly swap. And I did have 9 of my girls participate this month. I was super excited. So thank you, girls. Those of you that decided to swap with us, I really appreciate it very much. All they do is they send me in 7 cards. I keep one as the swap hostess, and then I swap out so they each get 6 different cards back. So I'm going to show you their amazing cards. So you're going to love them. Oh, Lisa says, yes, messing up helps us all. That's kind of the way I figured it. When I first started doing Facebook Lives and I screwed up, because I screw up all the time. I do. And I'm stamping, I get ink on my finger. I put something upside down. I tie the bow wonky, whatever it is. I screw up constantly. Well, I was really nervous when I was live because I'm like, oh my gosh, I screw up all the time. But as I kept going along and, showing people how I fix my mistakes, it started becoming, everybody was enjoying that. They were learning some things, which they may not have learned otherwise. Because when I do like regular videos, I edit all that stuff out. Now I shouldn't, but I do. A lot of it's for time, because who's got time to watch an extra 5 minutes of Barb fixing something? So anyway, but you will probably definitely learn some things tonight because that's just what we do here. So I want to show you guys the swap cards from my amazing team members. So I am going to stand up and flip the camera so that you can see them, because I know the selfie mode camera doesn't really show things that great. Plus everything is backwards, which is super annoying. So I'm going to flip the camera. I'll show you some cards. We'll talk about some promotions, and then we'll get to some stamping. So, all right, here we go. And then as usual, a lot of times I come up with some little stories because my family is quite funny, honestly. Yeah, we're all pretty dang funny. Okay, Debbie just shared my video. Thank you, Debbie. All right, so here are the swap cards. This one is from Vicky. Look at that. How pretty is that? She cut this pumpkin out of the paper. You got those little stamped images that you can punch out with the Autumn Punch Pack, that gorgeous mint macaron ribbon, and of course the paper. So yay, great job, Vicky. This one is from Britta. Britta did a nice watercolor background with some Granny Apple Green and used our Comfort and Hope stamp set. Love this little splotchiness. This is embossing, some gold embossing. What am I talking about? Splotchy. It's supposed to be there, Barb. Good job, Britta. This one is from Kay. Now, Kay did a technique called Joseph's Coat on her card, which is this piece right here. So what you do is she added some color. This was probably white or vanilla to begin with. So you add some color, which would be the mint and the Cajun, and then you emboss some images over the top of it in clear embossing powder. Then you cover the entire thing with a darker color. In this case, I think it was soft suede. And so then these embossed images that have color underneath really pop out of there. So Joseph's Coat is a super cool technique. So great job, Kay. This one, I believe, was Mary Jo's, and another really great card. We've got some more of that awesome Gilded Autumn paper. We've got the little gold cord from one of the ribbon combo packs in the big catalog. We've got a rectangle here. We've got this fun background here. I think it's a subtle background. And then we've got some of the foils. So beautiful card from Mary Jo. This one is from Denise. Denise killed it with her Christmas card. So she used, I don't even know what this set is called, but because I can't remember everything. It's got ornaments in it, obviously, or jingle bells, excuse me, jingle bells. And then we have one of these fun stitched labels here. We've got the Great Twirl Christmas Designer Series paper, and then some red rhinestones. So Denise killed that one. This one is from April. This is the, what is it called? Something about whiskey, and I can't remember the exact name. But she did a great job using all of those Best Plaids builder dies all over the place there. And then, of course, the whiskey glass and a decanter. Is that what that thing is called? A decanter? A whiskey decanter? I think so. Anyway, so good job, April. Then we had Penny's beautiful card with the buffalo check background. And then she's got some of these great pumpkin images here. And then a lot of the sprigs. And I love how she's incorporated the, what is this? Blackberry Bliss, Whiskey Business. Thank you, Lisa. She incorporated the Blackberry Bliss on there. I think that's really pretty. This one is from Barbara, and I think I saw Barbara on here. So great job, Barbara. She's using our, I think this is the Good Taste or In Good Taste Designer Series paper, I think, to cut out the fence. And then, of course, we've got some grassy images behind there. These adorable little pumpkins that I think are from the Gather Together stamp set. And then we have that fun tree in the back. So Barbara killed it. Great job. And then this is from Kathy. Kathy did the same stamp set as Barbara. How funny is that? It's a good stamp set, that's for dang sure. And so she did hers on, I think this is Calypso Coral. Yep, we've got the inside done. And we've got that nice Early Espresso ribbon. And then we have the fun leaves there. And that might be done with the baby wipe technique. I'm not positive. And Kathy's not on here, I don't think, to tell us. But I think that's what it is. So, great job, all of my girls. They kill it every month. So that's fun. And we are actually having our first mystery stamping event coming up on the 30th on our team page. So I hope they're looking forward to that because it's going to be super fun. Okay, promotions. As you guys know, I've talked about this before. We've got the Get and Go promotion, which means I need to grab something. Because in the month of September, when you sign up to be a demonstrator, a discount shopper, you only pay $99 to do it, and you get $125 worth of merchandise plus 16 pre-cut cardstock kits, 8 of each, plus you get 2 stamp sets. One of them is Queen Anne's lace. The other one is the So Much Love. Plus you get a package of rhinestones. So, wow, you get a ton of stuff when you sign up to be a demonstrator in September. And now, of course, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything like I do. You just get to be part of our fun team. You get to participate in mystery stamping events. You get to swap. We're going to have a little party for on stage coming up in November. It's just going to be super cool, super fun. So here are a couple of cards that I have using the So Much Love. This is a card that Stampin' Up! Designed for us. And then here's 2 more cards that I did, just changing the color combination. So that's really amazing. And then we've got some Queen Anne's lace cards that I will be showing you a little bit later when I show you one of the cards that I made with Queen Anne's lace. All right. Put that back in my bucket or I'll forget. So, in addition to signing up to be a demonstrator, you can put the brand new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in your starter kit. So you order this plus a $5 item, You pay $99 plus tax for it, and you get those other 2 free stamp sets. You get those 16 cardstock kits. You get a rhinestones, and then you're going to get an emailed file from me in October using those 2 free stamp sets. So you'll have a lot more ideas for it, and that's for everybody on my team. As of October 1st, they will get that free PDF file. So my Create Where You Are kit to go for September is the Love of Leaves. These are some little sneak peeks of 3 of the cards that we have in the kit. My other card, do I have it here? Yes. This is the 4th card. All of the projects have written instructions plus videos. And you receive all the supplies to make the cards. And in your kit, you get the Plaid Designer Series paper, holiday rhinestones, the texture, wrapped in texture embossing folders, some of the brushed metallic cardstock, and some bumblebee ribbon. And then, of course, like I said, all the cut cardstock pieces to make 2 of each card. So you get 8 cards. It's $45. If you need the bundle, it's $56. I've got some links in the description below this video. I think I've got 1 kit left, so someone needs to snag it, please. Okay. Coming up this month, I have my Arrange a Wreath online class coming up, and it's amazing. We're going to have 6 cards plus then 4 cards in a little gift box, which is going to be super cute. And the class itself is $25. The class plus the pre-cut cardstock kit for all of the items is $40. If you want to purchase my special bundle of products, it's $123. You get the cardstock kit and the class for free. So if you want this option here, you do have to email me because I'll have to send you a PayPal invoice. But the other 2 options, the link is in the description of this video. And I should throw it out there that the end of September is the last opportunity that we have to earn the next Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. And I am just a few $1,000s away from that. And I would love, 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 love to earn that trip. It would be my like 14th trip in a row that I will earn. And so, yes, I'm begging. I'm begging, begging, begging. If you guys need any supplies and you could possibly part with some cash, I would love your orders at shoppingwithbarb.com. I would appreciate it so much. And I am giving out a free online class, a free online only class with anybody who places an order for $50 or more with me between now and the end of the month. So please, 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 I'm begging. I really want to earn this trip really bad. So there you go. That was my shameless plug for ordering from me. So remember, shoppingwithbarb.com. Okay. So this was my online class for August. I still have 2 cardstock kits left if you're interested in. These are some sneak peeks of the cards. They are amazing, if I do say so myself. Links in the description. My Totally Techniques online club. I do this every month. All you have to do is place a $30 or more order with me, and then you let me know you want to be in the club. And then each month I mail you a greeting card with the technique of the month, plus the directions of how to do the technique of the month. And then after 6 consecutive months of you ordering with me in the club, I gift you with a $30 gift certificate. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'd love to have you join me. Our October paper pumpkin kit is called Joy to the World. It comes in a fancy box, and I think it has 8. The kit makes 8 cards this time. So if you're interested in that, you must be a subscriber by October 10th, and then you'll get it. So, and I just love it when they have those themed boxes. That just makes me happy. Okay. Let me get the stuff for our first project. What are we going to do? We'll do this. Okay, we're going to use the Queen Anne's Lace, which is one of the sets that I talked about that you get for free. This is a card that I made last week. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, it is. Okay, so here's what we need also. Yes, we need that. We need our stamp. We need a sentiment. We need a sponge dauber. We need some ink. There's our ink. We've got some ribbon and a spritzer filled with rubbing alcohol. What in the world could we possibly need this for? Stay tuned and I will show you. Okay, let me get my supplies. Oh, we're also going to use the Elegant Faceted Gems. So we are going to use some Misty Moonlight. I'll show you those in a sec. Misty Moonlight cardstock for our card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. I have a layer of the same color, 4 by 5.25. Remember, guys, please ask me questions and make comments and share the video, because that's how you win a prize. Another shameless plug. We're also going to be using the Celebrations labels, dies. Where are they? Oh, they're already out here. We're using these. So I did use, oh, here comes a tip for you guys after I show you what size I used. I used this one here, which is like the 3rd largest. Now these, now I don't know, not everybody keeps their dies in these stamp cases. I do. I gotta find something first now so I can show you my tip. Oh, found it. Okay. So sometimes when you're trying to get this little thing back into the slot, if there's dies in the way, it's very difficult to get that little bugger under there. So if you take a little strip of cardstock, I think it's about 1.5, then you can slide that. Of course, the minute I go, there we go. Then you can slide that under there and then you can just pull this out. Okay. So you just slide your piece of cardstock into the little track there, the little hole. And then if you just kind of hold that open a little bit, then you can slide that and closes it. So there you go. There's a trick. In case you needed to have a trick today. All right. So we have a white one of those labels, and I have just, this is a scrap. It's Bermuda Bay, but it doesn't need to be Bermuda Bay. It can be whatever you want. Okay. And then we have our 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch a circle in this thing. So I'm kind of lining, I'm pushing it all the way in, and then I'm lining it up from side to side. Okay. And I'm going to punch a hole. Then I am going to take a tiny bit of adhesive. Whoops, go. Tiny bit, I said, hello, there. So there's a tiny bit on there, and I'm going to kind of touch my finger to it so that I can get some of the stickiness off, because I don't want it, I want to make sure that it'll come off. So I'm going to line these 2 things up together. Okay. And we're going to do a little bit of sponge daubering, which is a word because I just said that it was. Sponge daubering on this piece of paper here. So I've got petal pink ink. I've got a sponge dauber. I'm going to kind of hold that down with my hand. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it. Because the Bermuda Bay one, I don't care about because I'm not going to keep it. It's a scrap. So I dipped my sponge dauber into my ink. I'm going to tap off a little bit because you can always add more ink. You can't take ink off. Okay. Here we go. So then I've tapped it off, and I'm going to start off the page, and then I'm going to just start rubbing the ink inside the circle here. And each time I am going to tap it off a little bit because I don't want, like I said, too much. You can always, it looks like I need a new sponge dauber. It's falling apart, but you can always add more ink. It's just very difficult to get rid of it. And so I'm just kind of lightly going in the center, and I'm going to purposely make it a little bit darker on this side over here. Okay. And we'll just keep going. Lighter in the center. And then darker over here on this edge. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So I can pick this up and peek at it. Yes, I think that looks good. So I'm done. You've just been leaving it unhooked, Pam says. Yeah, I know. It was driving me crazy. Some of them, they go in fine. Some of them, they don't go in fine at all. And that's when I get frustrated. So that was my little tip for you guys today. As I always tell you, you'll always find tips here. Okay, I forgot I needed to scratch paper still, so I'm going to bring that back in. All right, so there is my circle. Then I'm going to bring in the main image here from the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. And we are going to ink it up in Misty Moonlight. Okay. And then I'm going to just kind of stamp it so that most of the floral image is in the circle, but not all of it. Okay. There we go. Isn't that cool? And then I have my little sentiment that says, hello, friend. And I am going to put that up here. Let's hope I can get it on here straight because I don't want to have to do this again. Okay, hold on. I'm going to check and see how straight this is on my block first. Whoa, that's not straight at all. Okay, now I know what to do. All right, so we are gonna guesstimate where it's straight, and then we're gonna tilt it just a hair and stamp it. Ah! It could be better, but it could be a lot worse, so there you go. Okay, so we have our main image done, so we can set that aside. Next, we're gonna work with our layer here, and now we're gonna bring in that little spritzer full of alcohol. Okay, so this has rubbing alcohol in it. I use 70% rubbing alcohol just because that's the percentage of alcohol that you need when you're making shimmer mist. Like if you were going to put alcohol in this little goodie here and you were going to add some of our shimmer paint to make a shimmer mist, 70% is the alcohol that you want. 90 makes it gummy and gross. So you can use water, but alcohol works way better because it dries so quickly after you're done. So we're going to spritz the cardstock with alcohol. And now what we're going to do, watch this. I crumpled some cardstock a couple weeks ago on one of my cards, and this is so much easier because the paper is now really pliable and it's not going to tear quite as easily as my paper would have torn on me the last time. And so I can be a little more aggressive with it and get it done a little quicker. So I'm just crumpling this up, okay? And there's no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just crumpling it up. So then what I would do is I would set it aside to dry, and it will literally dry within probably less than 5 minutes, okay? So, but because we don't want to sit here for 5 minutes, I have one that I crumpled up a little bit ago. So here it is. Now I actually tore a hole in mine, but I don't think you're going to be able to see because we're going to cover it up with this, so it's not going to make any difference. Okay, so we are going to add this to our card base, but not before we add, this is some of our designer series paper from the In Color package. It's the wood grain pattern that's on the back side of these little words. So I just have this tiny little strip, and I'm just going to tear it in half. I think this is, how big is this? I want to say maybe 1.25 inches. Yes, 1.25 inches. So I just tore it in half because we're not going to be able to tell. And I'm going to glue this on to my crumpled up piece of paper. Okay. So I'm going to try to center it. So I'm going to use my grid paper. Even though my paper's all crumply, I can still kind of tell where the center is, sort of. Okay, I'm going to press that into place, then I'm going to add this side. And I tore it just because it was easy to tear. I don't have to cut it because no one's going to see the torn spot anyway. Okay, so we're going to put that on there. And I used liquid glue because this crumply paper, it doesn't want to stick as well as a flat piece of paper would. And so this way I can get glue all over quickly and easily. Okay. Oh, look at that glue on my thumb. We're going to wipe that off here. All right, so I'm going to lay this on the front of the card. Ooh, I think I just got glue there too. Good grief. Somebody is making a mess in the stamp room today. Hold on while I rub this glue off of my fingers. Okay. So here's what we have so far. Isn't that crumply paper just super cool? And yes, if you spritz it with alcohol before you crumple it, it will crumple really easy. Then I'm going to add this with dimensionals. So let me grab some dimensionals here. I'm going to put one in the middle and then one in these corners. Okay, take off the backings. And then we're going to set that, center it as best we can, like so. Then I've got a bow here that I started making with the, what is this called? Organdy striped ribbon. And I'll show you how I make the bows. Let me cut this off and I'll show you real quick. So I'm going to cut that. And then how I make bows is I just make 2 bunny ears, 2 loops. And then I just better glue than ink. Oh, Pam, and you know I've got ink problems too. And then I just manipulate the loops and the ends by just pulling them until the bow is about the size that I want. Okay. So this is about the size that I want. And it's pretty tight. some reason that little doohickey does not want to. There we go. Okay, so I thought I would just kind of set that right there, and I want the tails to be kind of long, so I'm not going to cut them super short. And then I'm just going to glue that right there with some glue dots. And then I think our card will be done. Messy stamp room is a happy stamp room. Jennifer, that is so true. Truer words have not been spoken. I'm going to use 2 glue dots because this bow is a little bigger than some of the other bows I've tied in the past. And I'm going to add that. Oh, I forgot about my little dots here. I need the dots. Let me get some of this stuff out of my way. Oh, and let me just show you. This is dang near dry now. This piece of cardstock. It feels pretty darn dry. So that'll tell you how long it took to dry it off, which really wasn't that long at all. Okay, what was I doing? These little doohickeys. Because look at this. They have some petal pink ones in here. Okay, so I got to kind of figure, oh my, what is that? Oh, it was just fuzz. I thought it was ink. I was about to cry. Well, I guess I could put one of these over the top of it. Okay, so what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What if I did that? I'm not going to put it super heavy because I don't, if I think it sucks, I don't want to leave it there. Ooh, maybe one underneath friend. Maybe. Okay, or, oops, one just came off. No, it's stuck on my thumb. Come on. Work with me here. Could I put it there? I'm thinking no. I think I'm going to do it over here instead. I'm going to like this a little bit better. That little guy did not want to stay on its glue dot, but it's going to. How about like that? Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. Okay, there it is. Now I will show you my other cards. Now I did make one last week that you guys thought was pretty dang cool. So let me bring them out. Okay, so this is our card from now. Mess, mess, mess. So this is the one I did last week where I did some sponge daubering again, but I used my ink pads and my sponge daubers to get this kind of multi-colored look here. Move my dauber. Yeah, I know, Pam. Thank you. And then I've got some of the paper from the Artistry Blooms. I got a little strip of paper here done with the wrapped in texture folders. That's part of my class kit to go this month. And then we did stamp on the envelope flap, and then we did stamp on the inside. And then here's those really pretty iridescent pearl goodies. Okay, then this is one that I just did very much like this that I did here a couple days ago. So I thought this was very pretty. Boy, I'm just into blue, obviously. Oh, I'm totally into blue. Look at that. Everything is blue with this set. I don't know what it is. Maybe this image just makes me think blue for whatever reason. So then here's another one here. So here's a few cards that I've done using this stamp set that you can get for free when you become a discount shopper on my team through September. Okay, let's move on to our next project. I think we're going to go for a little Halloween goodness for this one. Now, as I've mentioned in the past, I am a cutesy Halloween lover. I don't like creepy Halloween stuff. I like cutesy Halloween stuff. So this paper, while it's gorgeous, it's not completely my jam. Okay. I would prefer some cute little witches or some little ghosts, little Frankensteins. But we're going to do the best. So we're actually going to use this pattern here. And all of a sudden I just blanked on what that's called. Harlequin, I think. This paper here, we've got the little spiders on the back. And see, they're not even cute. I mean, spiders can be cute. That's not cute. That's just blech, gross. So we're going to use this side. And we're also going to use one of our little 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 inch acetate card boxes. But I'm going to cut it down. So what I did, I just stuck it in my trimmer and I cut this flap off. So now I just have a little box. Okay, so we'll just fold that up, put the tab in, and there we have a little box. Okay, and these are, what are these? 10 in a package for these cute little things. And you can actually fill these up with 3x3 little note cards, little love notes that are super cute. Donna has just joined us. Hello, Donna. Thank you for joining us. All right, let me put that away. Okay, so we've got our little box. I have a piece of the Harlequin patterned paper that is 3 by 6 3/4. I'm going to get this out of the way because we are done with the paper. Except I could show you the patterns in this paper. Hold on, I got to find the proper sheet here. These are all of my DSP sheets. What is it, on the very bottom? What the heck? Oh, here we go. Magic in This Night. So those are the patterns in that paper. They're Halloween, but they're not all Halloween. Like, this could definitely be anything but Halloween. So could this, so could this and this. Bats, spiders, spider webs, probably mostly Halloween. So there you go. So the paper itself, I don't dislike the paper itself. I just dislike it for Halloween projects because I'm a cutesy stamper. Okay, so like I said, we have 3 by 6 3/4, and we were going to score this from 3 inches on each end with the scoring blade, not the cutting. Okay, and how I determined how big to make this piece of paper, the box is like 3 by 3. So I have 3, there's 3/4 of an inch here, and 3, which makes 6 3/4. So that's why I scored it at 3 inches from each side, because I have a 3/4 inch gap down there in the middle. We're just going to fold that up, and then we're going to drop this into the box so that it looks pretty. Oops, I need a bone folder. Where are you? It's getting hooked up on the lip here. There we go. Get in there. Okay. Then I have a couple of treats. Just went and bought some treats for my big sale I'm having on Saturday. In case you are just joining us and you're local to me here in Sheridan, Wyoming, I will be having my big retired stamp sale on Saturday at my house at 9 o'clock. So there, so I just dropped a couple of treats in. Oh, you know what? We can't do that yet. Oh, always getting ahead of myself. That's why I screw up so much, because I get ahead of myself. We need to punch holes in the side here. I just got an 1/8 inch circle punch. We used to sell this. We don't anymore. So any 1/8 inch circle punch you may have. 1/4 would probably work too. I just feel like the hole might be a little bit too big for what I want to do. So that's why I'm using 1/8. Okay. I've got a piece of ribbon stuck on there. So I almost forgot to do this little part. So I've got some of our black glitter ribbon. And we are going to tie some knots. Oh, tip coming up, you guys. Hold the phone. Here's the tip. I can't get my ribbon through there very easily, so I'm going to use a floss threader. This is probably a tip you've seen a million times, but in case you haven't, you can buy floss threaders at any drugstore, and you just pull the loop through like that, okay? And then, so we're going to kind of make this into a little purse. So I need it to have like a little handle, and then we're going to come back through. Oh, what do I want to do here? I think I screwed this up. Nope, we're going to cut it off. Okay. I did screw it up. Start over. We want it to go from the inside, because I want the knots to be on the inside. I don't want the knots on the outside. So we're going to try that again. So we're going to stick our little ribbon in there. There we go. Pull that through. What did I just said I wanted it on the inside, didn't I? Oh my gosh. What am I doing? I'm going to get it together, I promise. So I'm going to tie a knot in this little end right here. Okay. There. Now, oh my gosh, a miracle. It's on the inside. This is how I wanted it. Wow. Okay, so then this is going to have to go to the inside also. So how am I doing that? Oh yeah, I'm just going to pull it in. Boy. Things are hard. You can tell I just partially put this box together earlier today. I didn't do the whole thing, obviously, or I would not be screwing this up so much. Okay, so you want to push your floss threader from the outside of the box to the inside of the box so that you can tie your knots to the inside of the box. Wow, that was hard. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me right now? I pulled it too hard and it fell through. Well, that means I should have used an even smaller hole. Oh my gosh. Yep. Sometimes things just don't work out. Okay. We're not going to pull it super tight this time. There. How about that? Wow. That was difficult at best. Okay. Now we have the treats in there. We have the ribbon to the inside. And so now we have a little purse, but we need a flap. We need our purse to be closed. So now, wow, after all that, that was kind of ridiculous how long that took. My apologies. I've got another one of those labels, the same thing. And I wanted this, so we're going to score this so that it'll fold over the top of this little purse. So obviously this is the center of the label, and I want it to be 3/4 of an inch total through the center like we did on the bottom. So that means 3/4 of an inch divided by 2 is 3/8. So I have to go 3/8 on each side of that center point. Okay, math is hard. So I'm going to kind of wing it because, so here is the center. So this is in the center of my trimmer, right? And you can see the edge of my piece of cardstock is right here at the 2 1/4 inch mark. So if I move it over to 2 1/2, and then halfway between 2 1/2 and 2 3/4, that is about 3/8 of an inch. Okay. So we're going to flip it around. I'm going to do the same thing. Put it back center. We're at 2 1/4. We're going to go 2 1/2 and like 2 5/8. And then we're going to score that. And so that gives us just about a 3/4 of an inch center right there. Okay. Oh, somebody put a cute little thing there. That's really cute. Okay. Then we are going to bring in our black ink right there. And we've got some stamps that come in the Celebration Tidings stamp set, which coordinates with the Celebrations labels. You can buy them as a bundle and save yourself 10%. So we're going to use this one, and this little spider. See, because that's a cute spider. That's cute. Just want to throw that out there. Okay, so we don't need this card anymore. So I'm going to start by stamping my sentiment at the top, which when I say top, this is the top because this is going to be folded over our purse. I'm just using Memento. It's my favorite black, unless I'm watercoloring, which we're not, so we're good. And we're going to stamp this right up here at the score line. Like so, and then we're going to take this little scrolly fun piece and we're going to put that at the bottom, and we're going to try to center it. So do I want to do it this way? No, I think I'm going to go this way. I guess we'll see when I'm done if I should have gone the other way. Nope, I think that'll be fine. Okay, make sure I don't have any ink on my hands. So then we are going to slide this in. I guess I could pull the candy out. So I'm going to slide this in, or slide this over to the back, and I'm going to glue this to the back. Okay, so I'm going to use my seal, and we're just going to run some, got to get it started. We're just going to run some seal here. There we go. And so we're just going to fold that and press that to the back. Okay. And then we'll put our candies back in for the third time. And then I am just going to use a dimensional to close this. There we have that. So that's closed. And then I have these little spiders. I did die cut some spiders. And I'm going to try to stamp them already having the die cut on here, okay? So we'll see how it goes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. Could be worse, could be better, but I think we're going to be okay with it. There we go. And then I do have another one here. So we're going to use some glue dots and we're going to add these to the front. a little bit. Put one there. We're going to add one to the side of the label. And then we're going to have one. Actually, I'm going to move this one to right there. And then this little guy can kind of be underneath. Okay, so there it is. It is cute, I think. I should bring in, I've got some other cute little Halloween treats that I've made so far this season. So we've got our adorable little purse with our candies in it. I have a cute little box that I made, about a month ago for you guys. And then last week I made these super cute little jar Halloween treats. Aren't they so cute? Using that cool ribbon as a bag. So yeah, so there you go. All right, now we will move on to our last project. Get this stuff put away. I don't need that. I'll bring that back in at the end. Oops, I just dropped it on the floor. Did you guys hear that? It's fine. Okay, so then our last project is going to be using the Arrange a Wreath bundle, which is my online class for September. So I have a kit to go class, which was the Love of Leaves. This is my online class for September, and I will have pre-cut cardstock kits available. This class will have 6 cards plus 4 cards in a cute box. And the link to purchase that stuff is right below in the video. So we're going to use this. And I've got my Stamparatus here because I can't find my gigantic block that I would put this on. So Stamparatus to the rescue. Some ink. So I'm using the large wreath stamp, the leaf stamp, and the give thanks. Okay. Did I get my paper pumpkin yet? What's today? It might be in my mailbox, Carla. I haven't been out there yet. Yes, Sue, you could make that little purse any holiday you want. And let me see this again. This cute little stamp set does have a little Valentine, you know, swirly thing for down there. And the Just For You and the little heart. And of course you could make a Christmas one. With this little guy here, you could make a fallish one for Thanksgiving. So yeah, I think it's a pretty versatile set. And of course those labels, who wouldn't want those labels? I mean, it reminds me of our old Top Note. Do you guys remember the Top Note when we first introduced our Big Shot about 13, 14 years ago? The Top Note was one of our really popular dies. This is what this reminds me of. And I was so excited when they came out with this because there's multiple sizes of this shape, which makes me super happy. So there you go. Okay. We are going to use some Crumb Cake cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. I have a piece of that same designer series paper, the In Color Patterns. Can't remember how big it is. 3.5 by 5. And then I have a square of white, which is actually 4 by 4.25. So I'm going to use it like this. So I am going to, first of all, put this into my Stamparatus. And I'm going to kind of, whoops, I need to get this magnet out of the way. And since I already have my wreath image in there, I'm going to kind of wiggle my paper around until it's about in the center. And we need to go up a tad. That looks pretty good. So this is about where I want it. So I'm going to bring in my magnets, and there we go. So I'm going to stamp this wreath in Mint Macaron ink. So we're going to do this. And with my Stamparatus, I have my foam grid plate, foam grid mat, and then of course the magnets. And whoops, that is not going to work because you can see that it needs to come down a little bit because I'm going to hit my magnet. So I'm going to bring this down about 1/2 of a square, and then we'll see if that's going to work. It will if I move my magnet out of the way. Okay, so we'll press that down. It's Halloween crackers. Oh, cool. That's exciting. Oh! Okay, hold the phone. That's got to be a redo. How did I manage that? I think I was looking at Carla's comment, and so then I wasn't paying attention. So stop looking at people's comments, Barb, when you're trying to do something important. Okay, we're going to try that again. We're going to ink that up. There we go. And this time we're not going to look at anything else. We're just going to look at the Stamparatus. We're going to press the ink from the stamp onto the paper. Okay. There. That's way better. All right, Stamparatus. Actually, I'm going to clean that off because I don't want to get that on my pad. So I'm going to bring in my chamois. And get that all cleaned off. Okay. There we go. Then, oh, I fudged it up there too, but it doesn't matter because we're going to cover it up with some other wreaths. So, but I am now going to stamp my sentiment, which is a give thanks. And this is soft suede. I'm going to stamp that in the center here of the wreath, like so. Okay. Then I have done some die cutting already. I have die cut the large wreath image out of Mint Macaron and Just Jade. So this is this large image here. Dump out some of this stuff. So here's that. And you can see it has that nice detail that it imprints into the leaves. So you get a little bit of embossing as well as the cutting, which is really cool. I did do a bow out of bronze brushed metallic cardstock. So we have our little bow. And then I did these 3 little leaf elements out of that same paper. Okay. So now we're just going to kind of assemble everything. So I'm going to start with the wreath here. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue just because it's going to be easier if I just put a little bit of liquid glue on some of these leaves here. And I'm putting just a tiny amount. I don't want it to squirt out all over and make a big mess. So if I just use a tiny amount, it'll be good. Okay, and then we're just going to set this over the top of this stamped wreath here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the Just Jade piece. We're going to add a little bit of glue. This was one of the first bundles that I bought out of the big catalog, and then it just sat on my shelf, and because I had so many other things going on, and then of course the holiday catalog came out, and then I thought, you know what, I need a class for September. I don't want to do Christmas per se just yet, so this actual set can be multiple holidays, so that is super exciting. So the cards in my class will definitely encompass multiple holidays. Okay, because as you can see, you have the wreath. And then you have, you know, a Valentine's Day sentiment, Thanksgiving, Easter, you know, any sort of occasion. Christmas, you've got the leaf, the little partridge in the pear tree, of course, with the pears, the eggs. I mean, you can do a lot of holidays from this, okay? I got to make sure we haven't had anybody make any comments that I can't see. Okay, perfect. And then, of course, in the wreath set, you get 2 different wreaths. You get the wreath that I'm using here, plus you get this other little wreath that kind of matches this little guy right here. And then you get the eggs and the hearts and the pears and the partridge and the bows and the flowers and just, oh my gosh, and this love heart. So it's full of possibilities, you guys. So highly recommend. Okay. So then what I wanted to do was to just kind of tuck these little guys randomly. Well, first I'm going to put the bow on. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to my bow. And then I'm going to set the bow about right there. Okay. Then these little my little buddies here, we're just going to kind of tuck them under some of the leaves. Just for some, I guess, bling, sort of. Do that right there. Press that one into place. And then this little guy, maybe over, no, actually, I think I'm going to put these 2 together, kind of. So it's kind of like 3. Okay, so move those out of the way. Then we need our piece of paper for the inside, which, hello, where is it? Well, that means that I'm going to have to cut one. So I need to find some white cardstock. bring my trimmer in, and we will need a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. So then for this inside, I thought we would bring in that cute little leaf image from the set and do some stamping. Banner board. Ink it in light ink and the sentiment in the middle. What did Lisa say? What is the box on the upper left of the arrange a wreath? Oh, yeah, like Carla said, it's like a banner board. Yep. Thank you, Carla. Okay, so I'm going to stamp a few leaves on the inside here. And since I just used mint and jade is very close, I'm not too concerned about cleaning that off at the moment. If I had done it the other way around, I would be more concerned. But since mint and jade are very close, then I did ink it up in the lighter color first, then yeah. So I guess I can show you, Lisa, what Lisa's asking is, so you've got this little piece right here in the stamp set, and I think, Carla, I think you're right. So what you can do is we'll put this on a block. I gotta find a block. Here we go. We'll ink this up in mint. Okay. And this is just some scrap, so we'll just stamp that. Of course, it's copy paper, so the image is going to look terrible because you must use beautiful Whisper White cardstock to get those beautiful images. All right, so then we're going to bring back that sentiment. It says give thanks, and you could stamp it on here. And then you could like cut it out. And I probably should have, and maybe I can try it again here. I should stamp it off so it's not quite so dark. And then that way this will show up a lot better. There you go. So then you could trim that out and you could like hang that from the wreath. Does that make sense? So yes, Carla, thank you very much for explaining that. Okay. So now we can move all of these out of the way, and we're almost finished. So we're going to put this in the middle. Got to find my glue. Just need a little bit of seal in all these corners. And then we'll stick this on the inside. I think I told you guys this is a crumb cake. Here's my tip. Some people hate it. Some people love it. I'm going to tell you every single week when I'm live. When I put the insides in cards, okay, so this is going to be the front of my card. So I'm going to put this in like this. And the reason I flip it upside down is because it's easier for me. But all I care about is this top, this edge here, and the bottom. If all three of those are lined up and even, your inside piece is going to look amazing. Okay? Because it doesn't matter what's happening here because it's all the same color. So when somebody opens your card, they're just going to see, oh my gosh, that's beautifully placed in there. Nice job. I'm sure no one's going to think that, but I'm a little bit, well, the proper word is anal, but I don't really like that word. So I like to say I pay particular attention to detail, even though I screw up all the time. That's why I always have to fix my mistakes because I can't handle it. So anyway, that to me just makes a card. Yeah. Okay. So then this guy we're going to do on some dimensionals. So we're going to get 4, 5. Yep. 4, 5. Press them all down. Okay. Ooh, and while we're all watching, I'm going to throw my shameless plug out there again, you guys. I am trying really hard to earn the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. And I have like 13 days left to do it, and I need a couple $1,000s. So if anybody is in need of some Stampin' Up! Supplies, or you just want to help me because I'm amazing, I would very much appreciate your orders at shoppingwithbarb.com. Just saying. I am offering a free tutorial, one of my free online classes for any orders over $50. So again, shameless plug, begging, pleading to please order from me. There you go. Okay, so there's our card. I thought that was really cute. So let me bring in the rest of the cards, you guys. Rest of the projects, I guess, are not all cards. So here is our gorgeous Queen Anne's lace card. Then we had our super cute little Halloween treat. And now the person wouldn't necessarily have to ruin it. They could just pull the dimensional. I don't know if it'll pull off easily, but I think it could be, definitely could be reused. Okay, so there is our fun little Halloween treat. again, begging, pleading, hoping that somebody will hear me and order from me. Please. It helps me bring you guys all this free content. Yeah. So, and I love doing it. So again, you guys, always share the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, I know what you're saying, Amy. I wish and I appreciate the thought. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys back here next week. So have a great week. Bye-bye.